That was a heck of a climb. But now I got all the endorphins. Heck yeah. Awesome. I need to replace these signs. Holy crap. Go over here so we can see the view here. I think should be able to see Lonesome Lake. Yeah, it was tough. Guess the trail's this way. Allegedly. These boulders always confound things. Oh, I guess there's a trail over there. And my knee held up really well too. Really well. Oh, praise God. If there was something gonna test my knee, it was gonna be that climb there. Alright, we're almost there. Come on, show me that view. Come around here and see what we can see, which isn't a whole lot. Dang, I do see a little lake over there. I'm sure is maybe once I get down there. Oh, there's snow there too. Once I get down there, I'll be able to see more. And I'll show you then. Till then, I'm gonna rest and wait for Beth. Okay, it is about 8:45, and we are headed down from Texas Pass towards Lonesome Lake, and then up Jackass Pass. So I guess we're going across the snow. Seems pretty hard at the moment. Oh, but it's slippery. Oh crap. Be careful, Beth. Oh jeez. It's really slippery. Really icy, probably from the rain. Oh. This is fun. Oh crap, I'm going onto the rocks as much as I can, because holy crap, this is just too slippery. I'm gonna fall. That's nothing but ice. And I do not have micro spikes. Yeah, we had to slide, otherwise we'd go down. There you go. Then it gets harder there. Holy crap. I have to sidestep here. So we are coming up to Lonesome Lake. There's just a lot of steep downhill, and then we'll be doing Jackass Pass. So it might be that way, I'm not sure. It might be over there. I do see a trail, so who knows, but we'll find out. We are arriving at Lonesome Lake, and we're going to take a break because that downhill was brutal. It was very, very steep as well. So I'm going to find a place to take a break and then go over Jackass Pass, which might be directly in front of me. I don't know. We'll find out. So, we are nearing the top of Jackass Pass, and you can't really see, but it's not far off. It's probably about a quarter of a mile now. Not too long ago I checked and it was about 0.3, so probably about a quarter of a mile now. You know, I think that is Jackass Pass. I mean, not Jackass Pass, Texas Pass. We came down from that, all the way down to the lake, and now up. Right. Approaching the top of Jackass Pass. So we're coming over the pass. The storm's coming in. The wind was just blowing really hard, and I don't know what lake that is. It might be Arrowhead Lake. I think that's the next lake we're supposed to see, and then there's like an unnamed one after it. But I don't know. I didn't expect to see it this close. Okay, we should start going downhill now, at least for a bit. Then a little bit uphill, and then all the way down to Big Sandy Lake. So we'll be glad once the uphill is over, and hopefully it's not too steep downhill, because that's even harder on me. So it's been a long day already. So hopefully we can make some good time. Okay, there's North Lake. Big Sandy should be beyond it, and we've prayed that God will hold off the storm until we get camp set up like He's done for me in the past. Well, we are hearing thunder. A few smattering of drops, but so far God is thankfully holding it back. It's hailing. Lots of thunder, hailing, raining. Oh boy, it's really starting to come down. Yeah. I gotta turn off the camera to do this. Somehow the trail has disappeared on us again. I really don't know how. So we have to do cross country again. And it is raining, it is hailing, and it is thundering and lightning. Pretty good. And it's supposed to for hours. So, Big Sandy Lake has finally come into view. However, okay, so about Wyoming and the Windward River Range, there are so many trails. So we've been on this trail, and you keep running into trails where the branches off in all directions. It's not on the map, not on the GPS. You don't know which one to take. I've had to do so much stinking route finding. It's been ridiculous. Frequent route finding. And I mean, occasionally is one thing. But there's been a couple times where we lost the trail entirely. It just peters out. There's a bunch of trails that just, you're walking on it looks like the main trail, and all of a sudden it gets real faint, and you're like, what the heck? You know, where did it go? A bunch of that happened with going over Jackass Pass and stuff, and it's ridiculous how many different branching trails there are that lead to who knows where, because the map doesn't say, GPS doesn't say, I don't know. And so we actually got off trail for a while because I thought we were following the trail, and then it was gone. Couldn't figure it out. So we kind of ended up doing a loop. Finally found where we had been before. and managed to find the dang trail. But so we are considering hiking out today instead of staying at Big Sandy, which is a lot for us to say because we're both pretty tired. My muscles really ache. My feet and knees are just ready to be done. But quite frankly, I'm rather pissed off over this. And I will not be coming back to Wyoming to hike or backpack. Not interested. Zero interest. Their trails are not maintained very well at all, especially the ones that are not as popular. Like a lot of it ends up being, best I can compare it to is like the Whitney Portal Trail, which is brutal. And we've been having to do a bunch of that today. Nope. They're trail signs and stuff, a lot of them. I've only seen one or two in good shape. The other ones are old, almost, if not unreadable, and falling apart. So there's a lot of negligence on Wyoming's part too. So I might try and hike out today. If not, we might just go to Diamond Lake, stay there, and then hike out in the morning. But we're both kind of over this. I'm pretty wet. It was raining and hailing. And yeah. Oh, and so like when we were trying to find the trail, when we were kind of doing our loop, I started blowing the whistle. 3 blasts, very loud. We came across, so when we were coming back to the spot where we knew we had been before, and I had recently, a short distance away, given 3 blasts, well, there was a few hikers under this rock, getting high on weed, didn't respond at all. I don't know if they don't know what that means, but by God, they should. If they're going to be out here, they should know. That's the most basic signaling. Because I was trying to get attention of hikers so we could figure out where the crap the trail was. Instead of having to go cross country through all sorts of brush and climbing over boulders and all that crap. Stinking ridiculous. And shame on them for not helping. Shame on them. I wanted to say something to them, but it wouldn't have been beneficial. Plus they're high out of their minds, I'm sure. That's actually one of the reasons I knew we were back where, you know, near where we had been before, is because I could smell it. And we had been able to smell it before we saw them last time. And I turned to Beth and I'm pointing out my nose. Sure enough, there they were. So, that's kind of the story right now. We're gonna get to Big Sandy, filter water, eat, take some ibuprofen and stuff, and then perhaps proceed to hike out.